Earlier this year, I dropped the bombshell that I created my dream planner in collaboration with Laurel Denise, and it's been running my entire life every single day. Now, ever since then, I know my calendar ladies have been waiting for the Kristy to come out for 2026. Not only am I excited to announce that that day has finally come, but I can't wait for you to see the brand new cover and end page designs that the team has been working on. And speaking of covers, I am loving the cover I picked for my content planner, The Rose, which, if you don't know, basically runs every single aspect of Amanda's favorites with the help of Laurel's sticky notes. And last, but definitely not least, I got 2 more of my all-time favorite pen pouches, and I try to be unbiased with my reviews, but yes, I am going to 100% try to persuade you to pick some up. That's just how much I love them. But as much as I love planners, no matter how well we plan out our lives, I know we all carry a lot of burdens every day. And at least for me, I need all the help that I can get to manage my stress. And I have personally felt how huge of a difference science-backed supplements can make, which is why I've partnered with MIDI Health, a virtual health clinic dialed in on what women actually need in our modern, fast-paced world. There are so many supplements out there claiming to boost your energy, lower your stress level, improve your sleep. Unfortunately, not all supplements are created equal. MIDI takes the guesswork out of the picture by using carefully sourced ingredients that are backed by research and delivered in the right dose. Cortisol is our stress hormone. If you have felt low on energy, gotten terrible sleep, or been an emotional mess, cortisol is probably playing a role. MIDI's daily cortisol support uses a combination of amino acids, magnesium, and herbal adaptogens like ashwagandha to help manage your cortisol levels and drain the chronic stress swamp. It's time to stop waiting and finally take your health into your own hands. If you're ready to try out a science-backed solution, head over to trymidi.com/Amanda's Favorites and use the code Amanda's Favorites to get up to 35% off of your first supplement order. Now, let's jump right in and take a look at all those new 2026 Laurel Denise planners. Here is the new Kristy cover. I thought we would open my content planner, now known as the Rose, but formerly the 4-column project planner. Look at how beautiful their boxes are this time. Each go round Laurel Denise boxes change up based on the design theme for that round of planners. So the boxes and the tissue paper inside are always changing. These are absolutely stunning. And even the inside is stunning. You truly do feel like you're receiving a gift. If you're sending this to anyone, it feels like a gift. The Kristy planner does not come in a box, just so that you are fully aware. It comes in bubble wrap to keep it safe, but there is no box on this, and that's one of the things that also keeps the price down on that planner. So you get the cute little planners for the way you think, which this changes up every go round too. So I have a collection of these little cards, tissue paper. I do save and reuse the tissue paper every time it's different, and it's beautiful. And here is the Bewitched cover that I picked in the Rose. This is going to be my content planner for 2026, you guys. It is beautiful fall colors. I feel like it's not as bright as maybe it seems in the pictures online, which I actually like. It's not like overly bright. It's just beautiful fall colors. And I think I like the inside even more than the outside, which is the most important, because when your planner is folded over, depending on which month you're in, mine is always folded over on a planner stand. And this is what I see. So I am seeing the edge of the inside and the outside, and I see those beautiful fall colors all year round. We will get into every detail. Let's move the packaging out of the way. And in case you haven't seen this little detail, it even says planners for the way you think on the side of the box. Beautiful packaging. We are going to take a look at the Rose first, and I'll share how I use it as a content planner. Then we will take a look at my collab planner with Laurel Denise. This is my dream weekly layout in this planner, and I will share how I've been using it for like the past 6 months. So we will get all into that. This can be a great functional planner, but I have also seen people use it as their memory keeping planner. I've actually seen that quite a lot. Laurel Denise herself is using this as like a memory keeping type planner. So we'll go into every detail and the changes that have been made since the academic launch. There are some changes inside in the back pages. We have new cover material, new ribbons. We will get into every detail. I also have 2 pen pouches we're going to get into. I could not resist these. Their big pen pouch is my favorite pen pouch of any and all pen pouches that I've ever used. That's saying a lot. It's also my most used pen pouch. All right, starting with the cover. On the Rose planner, you have the Laurel Denise emblem on the back, just blended in beautifully with the design. You already saw the front, but the back mirrors the front exactly. You have those same beautiful end pages, same huge pocket there for lots of pieces of paper or stamps or whatever you need. I mean, Nancy's designs on this are some of my absolute favorites. I actually do take off my old Laurel Denise covers that I love, my favorite ones, and keep them because you can pop them on a new planner. I have changed my cover out one time. I've taken a couple apart for different reasons, but I've changed it out one time this year, actually, in my content planner. I'll show you when we get into the using of it. It's very easy to do. So if you love a Laurel Denise cover, keep it, because there might be a round of covers where you want to switch it out and you want to use that cover again. Your planner comes with 2 bookmarks. One has up to 8 inches on it marked. It is gold foiling and it says you are here. And the other one has a scalloped edge that you could use for decoration and says you are also here. You have a letter from Laurel on your front page. And then you have a lot of QR codes to help you in your planning, how to get inspired, their sticky note move-in method. They have a very active Instagram account, YouTube channel of their own, and Facebook group if you're interested. So this is the 4-column monthly planner. They have given all their planners a name of a person now to make it easier as they go forward, because they said there's just going to be more new layouts coming in the spring. So this one is called the Rose. When you open it up, you have a full 12-month view on a 2-page spread. You have all your holidays, and then you have January through June, and then you have July through September, and you have room for special dates and events on this side. This is great for planning out just the big vacations or the days off school. They do have a little word saying goals in your top box and things to remember in the bottom box, but you of course could use those however you wish. Then you have your tabbed monthly pages. In this project planner, you don't have the little half sheets in the middle. So all you have are these big tabbed thick monthly pages. These feel like poster board. I call these cardstock pages. They really are cardstock. My sister just printed something on cardstock when I was at her house the other day, and I felt the paper because she was printing it for me. It's when I was out of town at her house. And her cardstock is not even as thick as this paper. So I call this cardstock. Now, there's a little change in the paperweight listing on Laurel Denise planners this time. I would even say that this year's monthly pages feel thicker than 2025. I have them right here side by side. And I can indeed say these feel thicker. These were listed as 120 pound. Now, they're going through a new manufacturer and they have these listed as 80 pound. But there is no way, I'm just saying, in my opinion, that this is 80 pound paper. Because I have a ton of planners here on my shelves. You guys know how many planners I review that have 80 pound paper. Yes, all 80 pound paper feels different depending on the tooth of it, the texture, the manufacturer that you're using. So one 80 pound paper can feel different from another 80 pound paper, but it still comes out as 80 pound paperweight. This cannot be 80 pound paperweight, because this feels even thicker than the cardstock last year. I don't have any of their planners with the half sheets for 2026, but they're saying that the half sheets are measuring 65 pound paper, but they say they feel the same as when they were listed as 80 pound paper for the half sheets. This is what their manufacturer is telling them it's listed as. And we'll get into the Kristy, but this paper feels even thicker than my Kristy from the academic year. It is substantial paper and it is listed as 80 pound paper. So there's no way that this paper can be 80 pound because it's not thick like cardstock, and that this one can be 80 pound. It's just not possible. So hopefully they will be able to get all those listings worked out so that people don't get confused and are not sure what they're purchasing. I do wish I had a half sheet planner here for you guys. I usually get a full review box from Laurel Denise, but this time they were not able to get in their inventory soon enough to send me a full review box. So this is what I purchased off their affiliate sale, which they have for affiliates at a discounted price. But we will test this paper. I already have a pen test in this paper. It also feels like there is like a tiny bit of tooth to this paper. Not a huge amount, but kind of like you would expect in cardstock. I call it a smooth paper, but it's not overly smooth and definitely not slick. This planner does not have any weekly layouts. Now you can add in weekly layouts. This is from a past launch, but you can add in weekly layouts with their inserts. They have inserts for all different kinds of things. So if you wanted to try, a weekly vertical or a weekly horizontal, you could buy some of their inserts and you could try it out in this planner. That also gives you the option of just you're having bigger calendar boxes than the normal weekly layouts. So if you're someone who needs that, just know they have a lot of page insert options. They even have full size page insert options. So if you need more than 4 columns, more paper, there are all kinds of options there. But what this planner gives you is your full monthly calendars. You can choose Sunday or Monday start. You have a header up here, which you can decorate with washi or stickers if you so choose. You have your previous month and your next month up top. And then the other side, hence why it used to be called the 4-column project planner, you have 4 columns. People use these in all different ways. You could use them for each a week of the month. And if there's 5 weeks, you could divide the last one. So that could be like a weekly list. It could be your goals or projects for the month. It could be different companies you're working for, because I know lots of people use this for like content planning, as I do. You do have habit trackers down at the bottom for up to 5 habits. You can see your whole month laid out right there in a monthly habit tracker. And then your tabbed page, tabs are laminated on both sides, turns you right to your next month. You do have holidays at the bottom of your days. It's all printed in dark gray lines, but your dot grid over here is light gray. And I love their dot grid. It's the same spacing as the Kristy planner, which I believe is just about 1/4 of an inch. I think it's 0.24, and it is perfect spacing for me personally. So you go through all your months of the year in here, and I will show you how I use it for a content planner. And then you have a notes section. Lots of people also use these for meal planners. It comes in a mini now too, and dated, and the mini one I think would make the perfect meal planner. Unless you like a lot of room, then this big one could, because this could be your grocery list, planning out different meals, especially if you want to have breakfast, lunch, and dinners planned or snacks, then this big one would be the best option. At the back, under the notes section, you have a plan ahead for 2027. You guys, whenever these planners start coming in, like for the next year, and then you have a year ahead, my mind is blown whenever I think that far ahead. Like, right now, Pierce is set to graduate unless things change, which they could, in December of 2027. And I just can't believe it. Like, it's already on a calendar in my planner. Okay, plan ahead, yearly wins, yearly lessons. You guys, I have wanted to fill these out in my personal like Kristy planner, and I have not kept up with it. But I think it's such a good idea. This would be a treasure trove to look back on. I have to figure out some way to check in and fill this out in my Kristy planner. Then, since this is kind of like a project planner, you have a yearly plan. You have every month of the year here, and then every day of the month in those months. You see that? Every day of the month, up to 31 days for every month, and every month of the year. I have never thought of a way that I needed to use this, but if you use this, I would love to hear how you use it, or I would love your ideas for me. Some of you guys know me really well. I would love to know like some ideas about how I would use this. I think it's a really cool spread. Then you have checklist spreads back here. You have 4 checklist spreads, and then you have 4 graph grid, and then you have 4 dot grid. All of this paper back here feels like what is in the Kristy planner, and we're gonna have a pen test on that paper. But I will do a pen test for you guys on this thick cardstock paper. Yeah, we're gonna do it back here in the notes section because I actually use every bit of this planner. I don't recommend writing in your planner with a Sharpie fine point marker. You know, it's the big normal Sharpie marker. But I wanted to show you, I wrote the whole word Sharpie there, and we don't even see the Sharpie coming through. Hence why I'm telling you, this is even thicker cardstock like paper than last year. And last year it was listed as 120 pound, and that seemed right to me. And this one feels even a little bit thicker than that. I can't wait for y'all to get yours and chime in down below. Let me know what you think about the paper. You guys, we're talking about 0 show through there. I don't even see the Sharpie. Okay, so if you are a marker heavy or a heavy pen person, this cardstock paper is gonna work perfect for you. Let's do some testing. All right, you guys, I just did all the dark stuff because it seems not necessary to write with all the normal pens, because I'm telling you, if you can write with a Sharpie, none of this is going to come through. I just wrote with the fountain pen, and if I go over it with my hand, it is going to smear. But let's see, let's try it. All right, let's see how that came out. Even with no page behind it, you know how you can see ghosting worse if you don't turn the page all the way? Even with no page behind it, you see zero ghosting from anything. I get a lot of questions about how I personally plan when you see some of my personal planners jump in these review videos. Because these are the planners that I use myself, this Laurel Denise video seems a little bit more like a mix of how I plan plus a review video. But if you want more of how I plan and what are all the planners and journals that I use, I make a playlist every year for my quarterly planning updates, and it starts with my 2025 stack so that you can see my own personal planning. I have a whole video about what do I do when I'm going into a new planner. It can be used for any planner you're setting up. We'll link that video in the description. I highly recommend you checking it out before you set up your 2026 planner. This is how I use my Laurel Denise content planner. I utilize her sticky notes like crazy. So these are the two sets. I pulled this big tab one off because I wanted to use it out of my desk drawer. You can tell which ones I use the most. I use this size the most, and this size, and this size. Those are the ones that fit for me the best for what I need in this planner. And I absolutely need these for the way this planner works for me. I put them down for my YouTube videos, for different work I'm doing for different companies. The different colors mean different things to me. And also, I have to move them around a lot. Videos get moved. Reels get moved. So these get moved around quite a bit. And you guys, her sticky notes actually stick. And there are very few sticky notes that I feel like stick well that are not Post-it brand. So they have done a really good job. And as you can see, even using it all year in here, and there are so many I end up throwing away because I have to rewrite things because things change a lot. And so even with having to throw away a lot and constantly pulling these out and using them, I still have plenty left of the sizes that I love and will be able to utilize them this year. I bet they'll last maybe all year. I don't know. I haven't looked at what their new colors are though. I do like specific colors are for specific things. So it's nice to have different colors. I can't show you the month we're on, but I can flip back through and show you how I've used it, how busy it gets. I must mark off every day. I put a washi strip on Sunday because I don't ever have any content or anything going up on Sunday. I just like to decorate up the month a little bit more with it. I like washi up top and just bringing in a little bit of the season. Some months I do use my 4-column side here. So you can see this month I did use it for things I need to jot down or ideas. This month I did use it for things I need to keep track of. And this month I didn't use it at all. So it really just depends on the month. This one, I was using those long sticky notes that I tore off. And then this was just September. And a lot of times sticky notes get put on that side. I wish I could turn and show you like months ahead, but I can't because the video's coming up. The month starts out with just a few sticky notes on it and looking pretty neat. And as it gets closer and closer, you know, it gets more filled up. I mean, but what is better than a well-used planner? I almost was going to try the pop-up planner of Laurel Denise's. That's in my last review video, but I could not resist this cover. Hence why I'm going to use the same thing for 2026. As you can tell, I love my mustard yellows. Sticky notes always get stuck on the inside as well as on the back. Every part of this planner gets utilized for me, except for the notes pages in the back. A lot of those don't get utilized, but every other part of this planner gets utilized for me. And this is the planner that I switched my cover on. You open it up and you pull your O-rings apart. Pull at every stand, take off the cover off another planner, push them back together. It has worked perfectly and I've had no issues with it. So that is my content planner, the 4-column rose planner. Let's do a quick walkthrough of the Kristy. As I mentioned, this is my collab planner with Laurel Denise. The whole story of how that came to be is in the video with the review on our very first one, which is the academic year from this year. So if you haven't watched that video and you want to hear the whole story about how the collab came to be, go check out that video. As you saw, as I was flipping through here, she's made these cute page marker stickers. They don't have tabs for this planner and they don't sell monthly tabs for it at this time, at least unless I don't know about them. But they do sell these cute page marker stickers and they came out with new designs for 2026. I'm almost positive. I haven't seen them, but this is my second set because my first set I put on here so you guys could see how they worked. And so it just makes it easy to see where your month is and flipping to the monthly layout. It really does. You can easily see where the tabs are and it helps you just flip to that page. Sure, you can buy monthly tabs with many other companies and on Amazon, But if you want something that's not sticking out of your planner, that is so cute and makes it easy to find your months, then I highly recommend adding in these page mark stickers. And I have not even mentioned, you guys, every time you purchase from Laurel Denise, I have a 10% off code. Do not forget to use it. You can use it over and over again on every purchase. I also have an affiliate link. Thank you so much for clicking through my affiliate links whenever you are looking at a planner or making a purchase. If my videos have helped you at all or entertained you at all, that is the biggest way you can say thank you to me and help me keep this channel going. This planner has 8x10 pages. Let's just go straight to the pen test page. If you're measuring the cover, they have this listed on their site as 7.5 by 10.25. It's really just almost on a 10 for me. It's really a 7 by 10. I also have a comparison video up of this planner with other B5 size planners that you have seen me use. We'll link that one down in the description too, but it's the exact same size as last time. It is a different cover material and it's a tiny bit thicker because there are some extra pages in the back that weren't in here before. And also because the paper feels thicker to me, like I said, even though it's still listed as an 80-pound paper. You have Laurel's little flower here. You have the year on the side of the spine and then Laurel Denise stamped there in the back. It is a beautiful mustard color. This cover is smooth. It has a coating on it, but you can also see like the grain of the faux leather. It is beautiful. You guys, this cover did feel like velvet, but as you can see, it would pick up marks and oils on your hands and things. This cover is not going to pick up anything. Everything's just going to fall right off of it, even water. So it's going to be a much more durable cover than this one. You have rounded corners. Your pink ribbons are a little bit thicker than the last time. They're still grosgrain, hot pink, and passed the ribbon test with flying colors there. So you have 2 ribbons in your planner, which I really like because you can have one on your week and you can have one on your month. Let's do a walkthrough. This planner lays completely flat. Just give it a little massage, a little bend. You know, it has a little flexibility in the cover, but it's still also substantial, which I really like when you're going to like write on a bed or on the couch. The inside pages, this feels coated in something, so also nothing will stick to it. Look at those flowers that Nancy designed. How stunning is that with the mustard yellow? I think it is stunning. Then you open it up and you have a letter from Laurel. You have all the same scanner codes to get you started. You have a nameplate page. You have it 2026, add a view for pre-planning. This just has one box below it, things to remember, 2026 holidays, special dates and events. Then you go straight into your monthly layout. You can choose a Sunday or Monday start. I chose a Monday start because whatever start you choose will also be your weekly start. So if you choose a Monday start, it's going to be Monday on your monthly and your weekly. That's the same with all Laurel Denise planners. As I mentioned, they switch manufacturers this year. And this is the first time I'm having the planner in my hands. So one of the really important things when I designed this planner with Laurel was being able to fit washi tape up top here. I wanted a washi tape space to decorate my pages because I love the seasonality that brings in. And you can see in this planner, you had a tiny margin below and above so that nothing was covering anything up. There's not as big of a margin on this page. And so you do have to cover up the top line as you see there. I do hope that we can get that fixed for the next academic year release, but at least it does fit. But as you can tell when you just look, you can just tell with your eyesight, it's bigger. You can tell this paper is a little bit more bright white. This one's a tiny bit more off-white. So I just want you guys to know the changes from the changes in manufacturing this year because even I have not seen them yet. And these lines where they were just light gray, straight lines all the way across, now they are a little bit dotted. Let me hold that up closer. Every other one is a little bit of a dotted line. Maybe that helps you to separate your lines while you're looking at them, but that is a difference also. Other than the paper feeling different. Like I told you, the paper feels even a tad bit thicker, even though it's listed as 80 pound, you can hear that. And I would say it's about the same smoothness. It has a tiny bit of tooth, but it's a pretty smooth paper. And there was some new back pages added because it's just what is in their other planners. Before we jump into the page layout, I wanted you to see those differences and I wanted you to see how I actually use mine. I actually use it in all different ways. It's like this blank form that gives you so much room to be able to make it work in different ways for you as your life changes from week to week or month to month or season to season. So in the beginning, I was just drawing one line across here and all my like timed appointments was above the line, and then just all my to-dos would go down here and weekly to-dos and lists. And then I started drawing it in to be like colored with like mild liners and kind of going over this line, which made the page just happier. And I try to cross out in a color of dark marker that kind of goes with the color of the season, because that just makes it look a little bit nicer to me than crossing out in just black or gray. So there's my one line. But then I decided, that was a vacation week, that's why it's not filled in, that I was going to do 2 lines here and one for like major work task that day that had to get done, because I planned my weeks based on filming days and prep days and things like that, batching things into days. And then I also wanted my one other big task for the day to go in here so I could see appointment, and then my one big work task and my one big other task of the day, and then everything else could just right below. So that's how I'm experimenting with it right now. I don't know if I'll keep doing that, but I do like how it looks to go over this line and to draw that line in kind of a color that goes with the washi tape. So I've redrawn next week and we'll see how that goes. That's as far as I've gone. I think that I'm going to switch into the new one because I need to have just time in it using it, you know, to get a feel for it, to notice if there's anything else that's different about it or that needs to be tweaked. But then I also love that like I have all these 6 months in here and I kind of want to continue this one so I would have one full planner. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I will keep you guys updated. I absolutely love these covers. So let's go back to where we were. Your monthly layout. I picked Monday start once again, holidays at the bottom, your previous month and your next month, a lined note section, and a big good header for washi tape or stickers up there. Ample size boxes for planning. Then you go into your weekly spread. This section is completely blank for anything you want to put there. It's left completely open so that you could put a quote there or stickers there or a weekly list there, a weekly habit tracker, or a weekly habit tracker could go down here. I even sell little weekly habit trackers in my shop that you can cut out and double side tape anywhere you want, here or here. You have light gray dot grid, and then the lines dividing everything are like I would call dark charcoal gray. Holidays go up here. So if you don't have a holiday, you have a little extra room on your day there that you could write the weather or somebody's birthday or anything you want there. Laurel Denise does sell timed washi tape that fits her lines exactly. This was from my last review video when the academic came out, but I stuck her timed washi on here. If you want half-hour line slots, you could start at like 8 a.m. and go to 7 p.m. Or if you want every hour on the hour, you could go from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you could just put it on the left side of each page, or you could put it on every single day. It depends on whatever you need. So you could make this into an hourly timed planner with Laurel Denise's hourly washi tape. It fits perfectly on there. Also, sticky notes fit perfectly down here at the bottom, 2 of them. So I love how those just fit perfectly. And a lot of times I do move a sticky note from week to week. So if you don't see any writing down here on one of my weeks, that's why, because it was probably a week where I put a list on a sticky note and I just moved it to the next week. All of Laurel's little sticky notes work perfectly on here too. Here's a little glimpse on how sticky notes fit in here, because I get asked this a lot. Here's all those different little sizes of sticky notes that fit so well in the columns. Those also fit well down here if you wanted to have more like 3 in a row instead of 2 in a row. So this planner could not be better for sticky notes. It's kind of like a Bujo blank slate, like a bullet journal, but pre-drawn out for you. And like I said, I've also seen so many use this for memory keeping and recording daily events or gratitudes. I've seen it used all different ways. It's such a blank slate. At the end of your month, you just flow seamlessly into your next month. You have your next monthly layout, and then you have your next weeks following that. At the end, let me show you the pages that were added. Some of these are the same and some are new. We have our plan ahead for 2027, yearly wins, yearly lessons that we talked about. You have your yearly plan page here done a little bit different than in her coiled planners than the 4-column planner that I just showed you. You have 1 through 31, your days of the month down here, and then your months of the year across. This is a fun yearly plan page. Then you have 4 checklist pages in this planner that wasn't in the last version. Then you have 4 graph grid pages, and then you have 4 dot grid pages. And that is your notes section at the back. And then you have kind of like your yearly summary, books I'm reading, hobbies, what's in every other Laurel Denise planner, things I'm listening to, ways I'm moving my body, happy moments I'm excited for, gratitude I'm hopeful for. If I ever filled those out, that would be such a cute keepsake. but I just have never remembered to keep track of that throughout the year. Here is your pen test page. Once again, this is listed as 80-pound paper. And like I said, it feels even a little bit thicker than last year's 80-pound paper. This Kristy planner is only $40. I feel like for such an amazing planner with thick 80-pound paper, that is such a bargain. And you can get 10% off, making it only $36 with my 10% off code. Here's all our pen test dark markers, fountain pen. And you can see even the fountain pen, there is zero bleed through. Zero bleed through, and really zero show through. I can't even see it. Now, I wouldn't recommend using a Sharpie on this paper, but we'll do it because this is not thick like the cardstock of the tabbed pages. This is just 80-pound paper. So you can see Sharpie does bleed through and show through, but then you could see how thick that tabbed page in the rose planner is that I just shared because nothing showed through. All right, that is called the Kristy planner. It's their vertical, soft bound. Let's open the pen pouches so I can show you how this pen pouch fits on the Kristy planner. I just wanted to leave these in the packages and show you guys how they came. I love these pen cases because they are canvas on the outside with Nancy's beautiful designs. I mean, look at that. Look at how beautifully that's done. Hot pink on the inside, Laurel's like signature color, huge space. It even fits long Tombow markers in here. It's very long. This is what I take on every trip I go on because it can hold every pen, marker, mild liner, some little post-it notes. It could even hold scissors. It holds everything I need in one tough pouch. Fits anywhere, and it is so nice, you guys. These are my favorite. If you're getting one pen pouch, get this size. This is my pen testing one. So I just had it by me. It's all the pens that I use for pen testing. I don't know if they have any of these left, but this is another cute pattern from last academic round. And usually I don't pick more geometric things, but I like the colors in this one. So each one of these around my office holds, like one holds all like colored pens. One holds all my basic ones. One holds all my pen testing pens. And then I keep one empty for when I'm going to go out of town and I need to put, a good amount of everything I'm going to need while I'm out of town there. Look how nice that looks with the Kristy. That is so beautiful. Although I don't buy my pen pouches to match the planner because I'm not usually carrying them anywhere like that. I just buy my pen pouches by the design that I like. I love this design too. Both of these designs they're more beautiful in person. And your pen pouch fits perfectly on your Kristy planner this way if you go horizontally, and it's a band to keep your planner shut. This pouch also holds more than you might think. I have 9 mild liners here. You guys know those are thicker, and with all your little pen clips. Let's see if we can fit 9 mild liners in here because that just happened to be the number that I grabbed. And yes, 9 mild liners will fit, and you could probably even squeeze in 1 or 2 more. And look at that. You always have the pens that you need on hand with your planner, keeping your planner shut. So these are great pen pouches too. It's the same canvas on the outside and like wipeable material on the inside, which is so perfect. I love the leather details on this one. And this one is just your gold detailing and your pop of hot pink, also the hot pink on the inside. So I'm telling you, I usually am not like, you need this, but if you're on the edge about this pen pouch or this one, you need it. I'm just gonna say that. Usually I try to give unbiased videos where I just share all the facts. And I'm trying to help you save money so that you can pick exactly what will work best for you. I'm just trying to share all the facts and details and you make the decision. But this time I'm telling you, just because it's my absolute favorite pen pouch in the entire planner world, I can't hide it. I can't. And also, I wouldn't be a very good friend if I wasn't telling you how much I love them. All right, guys, if you've been with me, you know the drill. Deepest breath in that you have taken all day, in through your nose. Slowly exhale through your mouth. Let that exhale be longer than the inhale. You are doing a wonderful job. Whatever you're doing right now, just focus on that one thing today, whatever needs to be done. Try not to look ahead with overwhelm. Definitely don't look back with regret. Just be grateful for all those memories you've made and look ahead with hope and gratitude. You've got this and you are really doing a wonderful job. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful week, friends. Bye-bye.